Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today's agenda is to understand how to create a physical file. So previously in my videos I have explained how to install PUB400, how to create display files, connecting VS Code to AS400, all these kind of stuff. So today I have planned to show you how to create a simple display file. So this one is for all the people out there who are just starting with AS400 or are interested in AS400 to understand better. So let's go ahead and create a new physical file. Sorry. So for example, I have a sample physical file here. So those of you, know what a physical file is, can understand what this is saying. So this is how a physical file looks like. So physical files is nothing but the database that we follow in AS400 DB2. So if anytime anyone refers to a database in AS400, you'll know that they are talking about a physical file. So anyways, let's create this physical file, same kind of physical file. So first of all, you can see there is a easy way to create a physical file is to see F6 create. So you can hit F6. So not just physical file, you can create any kind of source with this F6. So in my case here, it's asking for a source member, that is the member name, that will be my physical file name. So for example, I'll name it pf001, right? And source type you can give pf for physical file. Similarly for display file we have seen dspf. For lf, in the next videos we will see logical file, for logical file lf, so we'll use pf. Now source description, this is a new, let's say I say new or let's say for example I'll just say employee file, right? Let's hit enter. So this is where we need to write our source code. So right now I'll just come out of the file. So as you can see, my ps001 is created, but I try to display it, it will not display because there is no records in it. So we can only take option 2 to edit the source. So let's go option 2 to edit the source. Now you see it's a blank file. Now we need to insert some value. So with so with I we will insert some values. So let's give an a. Always be sure to give a in this column for all the lines. Now, so how to as you know by now that AS400 is a very column specific interface, has a column specific interface. So if I write anything anywhere, it will not take, right? So if I write anything anywhere, it should not take. See, characters in indicated field not allowed. That means AS400 is telling me that hey, you have written things in the wrong position. So how to understand which is the correct position? So let's take option F4. F4 is for prompt. See, you can see F4 for prompt. So let's take a prompt. When we take a prompt, we'll see different fields, name, the name type, then the name, length of the field, what will be the data type of the field that we are mentioning. So in physical file we will mention the column names, right? The field names. In a database, in a typical database, we have different fields, so we will mention the field names. So let's say when we follow physical file, we give a first line called record format, which is the identifier for the physical file. So I will explain you in detail in the next video about physical file that I'll be dropping maybe just tomorrow. So be sure to watch that to understand what physical file is actually doing. So this video is just about how to create a physical file. So let's say R for the record format. Record format name will be RECORD01, for example, record01. Okay, nothing else needs to be given because record format is just the identifier for the file. Okay, record format. Now I will come to the field part. So let's say insert, I means insert, right? So I will again take F4 for prompt. Let's say now I need to enter a field called EMP01. EMP ID, employee ID, right? So I'll write EMP ID, employee ID. Now this field I need to give a length. Okay, so let's say I give a length of 5. Okay, now I need to give a data type. Now employee ID could be numerics, employee ID could be alphanumeric, which includes characters, so anything. So let's say I'll go for only numeric. So in this case I do not need to give anything, that's it, nothing else. So once I hit enter, we will encounter a problem. So see, again, value in indicated numeric field not allowed. So what is happening here is, whenever we are giving any values to the length field, we always need to right adjust it. We need to see the proper positioning. If I say 5, then it will be correct. Now if I say my field length will be 10, then I need to write like this. So always right adjust the field length. Okay. Now we'll create another field. Now in that case, you don't need to write again. You can simply do RP, which means repeat. Once you do RP and enter, you will see it has been repeated. Now simply what we can do is, we can just again take F4 for prompt. So once you are experienced with physical files and AS400 system or any programs, RPG, COBOL, anything, then you will be able to write it on your own. You don't need to take prompt F4 every time. So let's say, for the sake of the understanding and video, I'm taking F4 every time. So let's say EMP ID, EMP name, right? So the length for me will be, let's say 25. Now name will be always characters. So let's say A, alphanumeric, right? No decimal position is required. We'll hit enter. So it's taken. Now the last thing about physical file, not the last thing, there is a lot of different concepts for physical file that I'll be covering in detail in the next video, but for now let's see how we are doing. So let's say again we will do new line. Okay, I'm taking a prompt. If you don't know, when we will use this file programmatically, if we need to find a specific record from the file, let's say a specific name called Ayan I need to find. So in that case, I need to use a key field. Okay, there's a concept of key field which will return me a specific value from the file. So in that case, we'll write K for the key field name type, then the field name, which field you want to make the key field. In my case, I want to make the employee ID key field. Okay, for a specific employee ID, I need all the records. So let's say I give EMP ID. That's it, nothing else. Hit enter. Right? It's created. I mean, it's done. So we have a basic physical file which record format name is record01, which has two field EMP ID, EMP name, with EMP ID 10 length numeric, EMP name 25 alphanumeric, and our key field is EMP ID. So I'll save the source and come out. So two options are there. One is you hit F3. So that will basically ask you that change or create member. If you say no and hit enter, then nothing will be saved whatever you have done. So always be sure to hit Y, and in some cases be sure to check your source that if it's correct or not, and then do Y. Or if you save something that you don't want to do, then you'll not be able to, revert it. So there are ways, but not a direct way. So let's say if you hit enter, now it will be saved, right? Member is saved. One other way is to just write file and enter. That will also save. Now let's say I want to compile this. With option 14 we can compile. Mine is compiled. Now see, there are several ways to see this. STRSQL select star from what was my file name? I forgot, my bad. PF01, right? STRSQL select star from PF01 001. See, this is my file. There is no records right now, that's why we don't see any record, but as you see, there is two fields, EMP ID and EMP name, successfully showing. Once we enter records in the next session, we will see how it behaves, and multiple other things about the physical files we'll see in the next video. As of now, let's keep it till here. I hope you liked it. If you have, this is a very basic video intended only for people who are just starting or having difficulty creating physical file, any kind of difficulty. So other than what I have shown in this video, if you find any issue whatsoever, please feel free to drop a comment below and I will address them as soon as possible. So for now, let's keep it here till here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.